Hello everyone and welcome back to Age of Nagash, which is a channel dedicated to Age of Sigmar, and in this video it's going to be all about Warhammer Age of Sigmar 3rd edition announcement. So there has been obviously the Warhammer Fest all throughout this week, where every day this week Warhammer Community has been doing a live preview and then they do a Warhammer Community article to go along with it. For today's one, obviously the big announcement of Age of Sigmar 3rd edition. We didn't know it would be 3rd edition, but there were strong rumours indicating. I haven't actually seen the preview. I've been busy, I've been out, got back, sort of in enough time to do a video of this, hopefully while it's still popular for you guys. So this is going to be all brand new for me. So I don't know if it's anyone going to be like brand new for anyone else who's watching this, but if it is, let me know that in the comments down below. So it'd be great to hear me and you are sharing this both at the same time. But with no further ado, guys, I don't really know what we're going to get in here. Obviously, just the announcement of 3rd edition, maybe some models and stuff. Honestly, I haven't seen anything. Let me know your thoughts, whatever we've been shown and what we're about to see in the comments down below. If you like it, if there's new models, if it's rules, if it's maps, if it's story, whatever it is, let me know down below in the comments your thoughts while we go through this. So, it starts by saying Warhammer Fest Online Day 6, Warhammer Age of Sigmar New Edition. So again, like we say, 3rd edition. Ooh, are they still good? No, they're not. Okay, it's 19. Okay, don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, it says the final day of Warhammer Fest Online is upon us, and we've saved the biggest announcement for the very end. So it said, so we've got a trailer as well. That's cool. So what does it say? If you're still reading from the emergence of the Soulblight Gravelords and the earth-shaking reveal of Kragnus, strap yourself in. We've got momental news for fans of the Mortal Realms. So this is cool. Let's see what the trailer is, and then I'll tell you my thoughts and stuff, what we've got on it. Thought that was a new logo for a second, but now it's the same logo. That's fine. Oh, that's it. Oh. Okay, I thought that was going to be a proper trailer. Are we getting one later? No. Oh, okay. Artwork and looks like a new model. Well, that was a great trailer. I'm so excited. No, well, it says it's just the animation of the Age of Sigmar logo, which was cool. But yeah, I was expecting something else. Maybe there's something else down below. But anyway, it says Age of Sigmar. Put myself up so much for that. Anyway, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the next edition. That's right, the world's greatest fantasy tabletop miniature game is about to get a phenomenal update. This outstanding cover art should whet your appetite. So, is that Cities of Sigmar? Or is that Stormcast? It almost looks like a crossover of both of them. I'm hoping it's Age of Sigmar. You guys probably already know. I'm going to keep reading, I probably will say. But obviously, amidst all this chaos, corruption, beasties here. It says, as well as more gorgeous artwork than you can shake a enscrolled spear at, the new Warhammer Age of Sigmar features a rule set that's been refined, revised, and retested to make your games better than ever. And a new narrative play system lets you forge your own legends of conquest, exploration, martial might in the mortal realms. Basically, what that means is that I think 2nd edition was a pretty good game. I think it just needed some points updates, but they want you to buy all the rules over again. So that's why we're getting a new edition. But again, I know people get excited about new editions, and I'm probably being like grumpy saying, I don't want to buy a new book, but I don't want to buy a new rule book and do a bunch of videos on it. But anyway, what does the new edition mean for the ongoing story of Warhammer Age of Sigmar? Well, if you've been paying attention to the Broken Realms saga, you know big things have been happening recently. Without giving too much away, check out the Broken Realms recap here. Yeah, that was a Warhammer Community article from a while ago. Go look at it. It gives you basically just a nice quick summary, or check out 2+ Tough's channel. Doug over there has done a great few series on every single Broken Realm book and breaks it down really nice and easy for you. But anyway, it says, the Soul Wars are over, the curse of the Necroquake is broken, and the waves of life magic are sweeping across the realms. So we'll get more artwork here. That looks very Sigma, right, isn't it? That's Skaven there, the Screaming Bell. That doesn't look very Skaven-y then, but maybe working together. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, maps. I do like maps. The narrative of the new edition sees the forces of order pushing out across the mortal realms to finally reclaim lands lost since the Age of Chaos, establishing outpost cities and growing Sigmar's realm step by bloody step. I mean, that's cool, right? But I would have much preferred if it was like destruction leading the pushing the narrative forward, because we've had order. Well, we've had chaos, we've had order, then we had death, and then it just feels like destruction's never really being allowed to sit at the same table when it comes to pushing the narrative forward. So again, but as long as it's not elves pushing it forward, that's what I really care about. Yeah, cool. That's a new map. Not going to read all of it out, but that's a map I haven't seen before. I'm pretty sure, and lots of looks like Realm of Beast, like lots of jagged teeth and stuff on that. Maybe, I don't know. It says all Realm of Beast, yeah, all across Gur. In particular, the forces of destruction are rising up in droves as their nearly awoken god Kragnos begins a rampage of epic proportions into Sigmar's huntress. As soon as I say destruction isn't really playing a part in the narrative, they put a sentence contradicting what I say, don't they? But here we go. Oh god. Indrasta, something like that. The Celestial Spear. I love it when they have all these complicated names that I struggle to pronounce. They then have like a title next to it. So the Celestial Spear. So you might have been wondering what the awesome winged warrior on the cover of the new book is all about. In the face of a desperate struggle, Sigmar has unleashed one of the very few near mystical lords of Azir, reforged by his own hand and imbued with a measure of his power. So let's have a look at this trailer. I think that's a very nice looking model, like gorgeous. Not really my cup of tea. Obviously, death and all that sort of thing. But to be honest, I can see myself getting that, converting it for something for my Slaves of Darkness, because that's a lot of its kit bash with Stormcast stuff. But no, that's nice. Is there a picture of it? Yeah, we'll just go to the picture. I think it's clear though it's not Age of Sigmar. It's a Stormcast that was reforged and stuff, which again is cool. I get it. Stormcast players, you haven't really, apart from like the odd model here and there, you haven't really had a release for about 3 years, which is weird because I kind of still look at Stormcast as like, there's going to be any new release, that's a bloody Stormcast release. But no, to be fair to you guys, you haven't had a release for about 3 years. So having a release time with 3rd edition to presumably go in a 3rd edition box set would make sense. But what did it say at this bit here? So a Beast Slayer beyond compare, Indrasta, however it was pronounced, has been tasked with hunting down the most terrible monsters found in the mortal realms, carried into battle upon a angelic wings, and wielding the legendary spear Vengavar. Hear mere visage strike terror into the enemies of Azir. Right, I'm severely dyslexic, so that's why half of that was mispronounced. But yeah, looks cool. That's a very big spear. Yeah, I wonder, like, is she gonna give like the because she sounds like a deep striking unit as well. Is she gonna give like the Celestial Prime a run for his money, maybe, in terms of why you would take him? We'll have to wait and see. A Beast Slayer though, obviously I'm sure you guys can name many Beast Slayers in Age of Sigmar, who I'm sure can give her a run for her money. But we'll see. Can she kill my Corn Dragon? We'll see about that. She probably can, to be fair, most things. But anyway, it says, with the monstrous citizens of Gur in the Ascendant, even Indrasta, again, apologies for the butcherings of the names, will need some help. Luckily, she isn't the only new weapon in the God King's arsenal. Ooh, so this is a new... No, it's not. That's the same model. Strike from... Okay, maybe this is a whole new chamber we're getting. The reforged Stormcast Eternals. So, yeah, shoot it's cool from behind, whatever. In the face of the upheaval across the mortal realms, Sigmar's warriors must adapt in their effort to establish new bastions of order in the harshest environments. I like it that a lot of it's being forced in Gur, like the narrative's been pushed in that way, and it's going to obviously bring Cragness as a big part of it, because presuming the third edition is going to come out as soon as like Breaking Realm Cragness is all done and dusted, because like Cragness is going to, you know, stir up a dust storm, you know, cause a lot of fuss in the narrative, which is nice, because like I said, it's going to hopefully drive, you know, destruction a little bit in the driving seat of the story. And then as soon as he's done his bit, he's then going to get kicked in the face by this lady, by the sounds of things, and the new forces of the Stormcast. So are we going to get a new chamber? Let's see. Watch the same trailer twice. Apologies for putting you through that as well. I mean, we're a company that's worth more than 3 times UK fishing industry. They need to sort out their stuff. Oh, that's cool. Made stronger of mind and body, clad in... Is there meant to be a trailer of this stuff here? Like I said, I haven't checked out the article until now. So, made stronger of mind and body, clad in Thunderstrike armor of indigenous design, and wielding potent blaster weapons. New reinforcements are ready to take the fight to the enemy. I like this. This definitely feels like more Greek-like stuff. I can definitely see myself putting this in my Slave Stance army. Again, hypocrite when I say like, oh, I hate Stormcast Eternals, and then use 50% of Stormcast Eternals in my Slave Stance army, but it's because I want to make them better. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Like a beefed up Liberator by the looks of things. I wonder if it looks bigger than Liberator. But no, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, more... Yeah, there must have meant to be a proper trailer here, because we're seeing more stuff as well. There must have been a proper trailer for these guys. And unless I'm wrong, let me know that in the comments. You know, my thought, I should have watched the preview, but like I said, busy with real life stuff. Yeah, these look cool. Yeah, Anvils of the Helden Hammer, one of my personal favourites, with the... I can't remember the name of these guys, but they're great, because... They're a bit like the Inquisition in 40k in the terms of, you know, if there's one person from a village who may be corrupted by chaos, they will kill everyone in that village, and they'll kill everyone in the surrounding villages to make sure the corruption of chaos does not spread. So I do like him as well. It's to show that sort of like dark nature rather than just going, oh, Stormcast, you know, they're just boring because they're the good guys. There's a lot more to it than that. So yeah, that's cool. And then there's, yeah, I don't want to skip all the way down to the bottom, but I'm really feeling like there should have been another trailer. I might have a look on the Warhammer, what do you call it? Is it Warhammer TV? Yeah, Warhammer TV YouTube channel to see if there's another trailer there, because I don't want to miss it out. So it says the Vindicators uphold the line of the Thunderstrike host, equipped with storm spears and heavy shields. Each one is the equal of many mortal warriors. Sounds very much like Bone Reapers, but so they must be Vindicators, and it must be the Thunderstrike host. Is that the name? That might be the name of a chamber, would it? It says the Eliminators are a new generation of Paladin. They are built like a granite column and protected by the heaviest armor we've seen on a Stormcast Eternal. Not only does it grant them a 2+ save, so they go from, I think normal Retributors are a 4+, like Paladin, so it doesn't go to a 3+, goes straight to a 2+. It says they hit like raging bulls with all the momentum their bulk generates on the charge. Yeah, they do look pretty big. But it makes me feel like these ones are bigger than like normal Liberators as well. But yeah, they remind me of like aggressors in like 40k. I don't really know anything about them and the rules and anything like that, but they just like, you know, that sort of bulk. That's what it reminds me of. And I like the shields. I like it. It's pretty interesting as well. A massive hammer as well. That's an interview, so that can't be the trailer for the Stormcast either. But yeah, I like it. The only problem I have is for Stormcast players, and it's not, again, I'm not a Stormcast player, so it's not my problem, but from what I've heard from Stormcast players, when it goes along the lines of, you know, they're fed up of like they're older models being made more redundant. And when I mean older, I just mean the ones that are released with Age of Sigmar, not even from Fantasy, but just like, I just don't find much use for my Liberators outside of like a Stormkeep with the whole, teleporting on the table before the game even begins and all that Deep Striker shenanigans and that like one list. Apart from that, it's like I don't see the point in like Liberators when I can have like Secretors and that's just stuff I've heard. And it just feels like this is now like, what's the point in Paladins, where it was quite, I don't think many people took Paladins in their Stormcast armies. Again, if I'm wrong, let me know that in the comments. And then if this guy's going to be better than a Paladin anyway, and if it's better points for points as well, then it's just more Stormcast older stuff being left in the dust to the new stuff. But then again, you Stormcast players might not see that's a problem, and you might just think like, no, it's just giving me more toys to buy at the end of the day. So just trying to stick up for you best I can. But it says, now just what sort of threat would such advanced Stormcast Eternals be preparing to take on? Stay in there. I'm going carried away. We're going to click on the interviews and stuff, because I haven't seen any of this, so I'm interested as well. So let's see what they have to say. Interview, the next Age of Sigmar. It is quite a cool intro, I have to say.
The third edition of Age of Sigmar, without doubt, is the best one we've done. It's going to blow your socks off, mainly because it builds on the really strong foundations of the second edition, where we really spoke about what the mortal realms were like. Now we're putting in new cities, new protagonists, new gods and wars, and we're seeing a whole new frontier open up.
We've looked at every single aspect of Age of Sigmar. We've been building this game for 5-6 years now. We've gone back to the background and the world and gone, what detail does this need? What stories are we telling here? What's the ultimate version of this we can do? Then we've pulled it all apart, we've re-engineered it, and we've added a load of exciting new stuff as well. It's going to be the ultimate version of Age of Sigmar. The lore for Age of Sigmar has really been honed and redefined with this edition. One of the things we really wanted to do was drill down into the fact that the realms are really overrun by chaos still. The story of Age of Sigmar is that Chaos won. This is the fight back to reclaim the realms, and we really wanted to focus on that and make it seem like the realms are horrific, terrifying places to be, and to be a good guy in the mortal realms is to be outnumbered, it's to be grasping onto the slimmest sliver of hope, but hope is there nonetheless.
This is Sigmar's opportunity with the Forces of Order to take back those realms. We started that with the Cities of Sigmar and the Seeds of Hope. This pushes it into Dawnbringer Crusade, so this is where the bell rings in the morning and the city gates open and men, elves and Duardin head out into the chaos wastes to reclaim that territory for Sigmar and expand those pinpoints of light in the darkness.
They're attacked almost immediately by the forces of chaos or death or destruction. 1 in 1,000 may get to its intended destination, where it will erect a Sigmarite strongpoint, which one day, generations hence, may become a city of Sigmar itself.
Another key thing of this new era, the era of the beast, is that it isn't just destruction that's on the rise. Order are also stepping up their game, and one part of that is that the maker god, the creator god, Grumni, he's an old friend of Sigmar's, they're old allies, and he's started to help Sigmar launch a new version of a Stormcast Eternal, wearing something called Thunderstrike armor. Now, Thunderstrike armor has a very strong connection to Azir, to the realm of heavens. That connection, which links a Stormcast Eternal to the heavens, is now stronger than ever, and it needs to be. Indrasta, the Celestial Spear, is a champion of Sigmar. She is up there with the Celestant Prime as one of Sigmar's main weapons in the fight against chaos. She's a monster hunter, and she's never happier than when she's slaying things left and right. Unfortunately, as with all Stormcast Eternals, her soul, her personality, her memories are starting to erode every time she gets reforged. And now she really is all about war and vengeance. So the other Stormcast are beginning to think, oh boy, she's walking a dangerous path here. But that's the sacrifice that Stormcast Eternals have to make to essentially win victory in the hostile mortal realms.
There's a few design goals that we wanted to achieve with the new edition of Age of Sigmar, from a rules point of view. One of those was to split out and break up the rules so that they're as clear and concise as possible. Also looking at the double turn. We really wanted to keep that, and we really wanted to introduce new ways that would influence how you build your army, whether you wanted to go first or whether you wanted to go second, and make a really interesting choice there for people. If you choose to go second in the battle round, you get more command points, and command points now interact with different abilities throughout the different phases, which also lead to less downtime during a phase. So a big thing that I wanted to look at was match play, particularly how you build your armies in match play. So War Scroll battalions being one of those things, where in match play sometimes there's a bit of an imbalance where there's haves and there's have-nots, and that's something we wanted to address, and I think that's what we did very well with core battalions.
We've worked extremely long and hard on this. We've looked at everything that could be improved and think we've improved it as well. When you see the new core rules, they've been pulled apart, expanded, retooled. Everything we hope is completely watertight. We've really explained everything that needs to be explained. There should be no room for ambiguity or interpretation at all in this. We really wanted to make a game that was simple to use, full of incredible depth, that keeps you interested and excited throughout every phase of the game. And it completely brings a new light onto all your miniatures and their rules as well. You'll be coming to your army with fresh eyes with Age of Sigmar 3. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed.
It is genuinely the best edition that we've ever done, from a rules, from a background, from an art point of view. And if you've never played before, it's a perfect chance to dive in.
Cool, that's good. That video went for long enough. I realised that my segment in the top corner maybe cut off half their heads. I don't know. They should have been standing on the other side of the screen or sitting down. Yeah, so that sounds interesting what they say. Again, it's just selling talk, isn't it? You know, for the new edition, this is, you know, the best one yet. This is the ultimate one, and they said the ultimate one up above. And the thing is, if this is the ultimate one, that means there'll never be a 4th edition because they can't make it any better. But I'm interested to see what they say when if you go second, you get extra command points or something like that in terms of the priorities. I'm glad that the double turn, the priorities is still there. I think it's very much what makes Age of Sigmar different to some other games. Again, like, some people don't like the double turn. I completely understand, and that probably comes from an experience of, I don't know, you're going against a shooting army, let's say, or an army that can do a lot of stuff in their turn, and i.e. probably not really much of a melee army, and you go against them, you'll get a double turn by them, and they're just going to do so much stuff to your army in 2 turns before you even get to do anything back. And then you get to the end of that and you just go, you know, I've lost the game now. I might as well quit an hour ago because there wasn't much point. I get it, but I think there's been a lot of times where I've had games and yeah, it's gone like that and you lost and it sucks. But there are times where let's just say you've either made some mistakes or you've had some rotten luck on your dice rolls, and then you just go, if I get a double turn, if I can just risk everything on a double turn, then I've got a chance of winning this. And then it happens and you can get a chance to win it. Do you win it? Do you not win it? That's a different question. But it just gives you that hope rather than the little I've played of 40k. I'm not going to go massively into it because I have enjoyed it, because I was going Imperial Knight to fight against a local buddy of mine called Wayne, and he's got his Chaos Knights, and we just have my big robots fight his big robots, and maybe there's an objective, but we probably just kill each other. Like, that's our idea of 40k. But from what we've learned is that whoever gets the first turn just fires their cannons a turn before your opponent fires their cannons, and then that's kind of generally who wins, by whoever goes first. So I do think Age of Sigmar, I do like the 2nd edition, but no, not 2nd edition. Well, I like 2nd edition, but I do like the double turn aspect of it. So I'm glad they're going to keep it. Big emphasis on the like the outpost thing for the like Age of Sigmar. I think that's probably going to play more in the narrative. Which is cool. I've always been big on the narrative. When I've been playing TTS, I have been playing pretty competitively, and apart from like when I go to tournaments in real life, I've probably been playing the most competitively I can play on TTS, probably mainly. Now I don't like playing the top armies and stuff, so I haven't like gone ultimate. But I can tell you that when I actually go back to playing in real life, I'm going to definitely go more on a narrative point, because I really want to get more involved in the story and why are these armies fighting each other and everything else, not just like 2,000 points versus 2,000 points. So I very much look forward to doing that, and obviously using those rules in 3rd edition by the time I can probably actually play games. And then just the other thing that they mentioned is the whole, there's going to be more things you can spend command points on. So in terms of things you can do in certain phases, and it sounds like there's going to be things you can do when it's your opponent's turn, and maybe you can spend a command point to, I don't know, hamper their movement, or to make, I don't know, a terrain piece attack them, or to make them do a deadly test, which is basically what that is. Or just like things going on, like mixed messages, like, you know, because obviously when you look down at your troops and you go, right, I'm going to move said infantry 5 inches in this direction, and obviously, you know, that's in the story, it's your general communicating with that unit of infantry, but maybe like that message is interceptive, and then you get to move where those units go. I don't know. Like, there's lots of stuff you can do, because it can be a bit. especially if it's a long game, and let's say you get double turned, and then you're waiting for your opponent to do their turns and stuff, and you can just be sitting there for about half an hour, just twiddling your thumbs a little bit. I get it. That's when you use that moment to plan all your future strategies. I understand that, but I don't do it all the time, and then it gets to my turn, and I'm just like, what am I going to do? Should have been thinking of this over the last half an hour. Definitely think what you want to do in your turn when it's your opponent's turn. We'll save a lot of time. But anyway, so it says, something wicked this way comes indeed, but you'll have to hold tight a little longer to learn more about this mysterious menace. In the meantime, we know you have lots of questions, so we convince Jess, Phil and Ben of the Warhammer Age of Sigmar studio team to share their thoughts about creating the new edition. Okay, so that's just what that was. Yeah, good. Like, obviously people who do a good job and stuff, it does seem. Let's see what... Sorry. If that was the description for... Getting the hang of these community articles after a while. If that was the description for this video, let's read this bit, and it should be the description for this video. If after all that you simply can't wait to learn more about the next edition Warhammer Age, we've got some good news. Sign up. Okay. Not what I thought it was going to be. That's not the description for this video. So let's see what this video is about.
3 brave soldiers went to the bog. One disappeared right into the fog. 2 brave soldiers went to the mire. One disappeared from around the fire. 1 brave soldier went to the fen. None of the soldiers were heard of again.
Well, that's the first thing that I've watched today on here. That's given me goosebumps actually watching it. I just love, like, obviously, like the narrative and all that sort of thing, and the connection it brings. Because like I'm not a City Sigmar player, but when I've done videos of City Sigmar on for like the OS coach on and stuff, one of the big things I always said is what I like about City Sigmar. It's just that human connection you have with them, because obviously they're the most relatable, aren't they, for any of us to relate to in the mortal realms. Hard to relate to a Mortec guard or a liberator or, I don't know, a keeper of secrets or something like that, or a brute, depending on, I suppose, whereabouts you're from in the world. But when it comes to, like, obviously the mortals and the humans and stuff, it's much more relatable. And I think a book that I've been reading, well, I say reading, I've been listening to on an audiobook, is a Dark Harvest by, I think it was by Reynolds, that one. And that's really good. Basically, it's set in the realm of life, and there's like a bog and there's a moor and stuff, and there's like a caravan that goes like through this bog, which is Sylvan F held territory, and some of the people don't have a great time surviving the journey. So and it just I think that's part of the horror series, and it just shows like how dark Age of Sigmar is. And something I do want to say, what they did mention in this video, is a big point that I've always tried to say, and I tried to do it massively when I was talking about Slaves of Darkness and Slaves of Darkness series. I did when I talked about the lore, is that yeah, 100% right. Like, how much of the realms is covered by, they said death and destruction as well, which I suppose is true, but like just how much of the realms is covered by chaos. Like when you look at these cities of order, they're not vast sprawling areas, like they hold this entire region, and it's like 50-50 split between order and chaos. It's literally just I think the saying I used was it's just like little lights, like like little candles, and just like a sea of darkness. Those little things, Slaves of Darkness and Chaos, they just control everything, and there's these little pinpricks on a map what are controlled by order. So when it says all these soldiers, like I think they said like men, dwarves and elves, go through the gates of their citadels out into the darkness to try and reclaim some land back and develop those outposts. That really is quite a scary thing. And then it sounds like this was like a little video of that, but there's a new evil emerges. So I see this and I think Skaven, because like the red beady eyes, but it says it's a new evil, so I don't know if it. So I'm going to say it's not Skaven.
Okay.
I reckon it could be Grots. But we've already got Gloons by Git, so it's not really. There could be a new type of grot, maybe. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on what this could be? Let me know that down below. It says, okay, we read that. And this is. You know what? I do like this, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the artwork. Where's the actual picture? This is the actual picture. I do think it looks a little bit like a cube. Like, I've looked at it. I like the detailing, but I do think it looks a bit like a cube. Maybe that's just me. Let me know your thoughts. But maybe it looks like a bit like an Orca Brute, which I love that model and everything else, but maybe not for some. I don't know. I'm a bit undecided, but I think it looks good. But I think second glance of it, when I saw it in the artwork here, I'm like, it does kind of look like. I think maybe because it's just like a really sharp cut here. Maybe it doesn't look like it's great at sprinting, which I'm not saying one of these models, whatever they're called again, are there. One of their things is there has to be great sprinters or long distance runners, but they just look like it's hard to move. But I don't know much about Stormcast. So, and that's the end. So it says, thanks to everyone who tuned in to Warhammer Fest Online throughout the week. Make sure you let us know on Facebook, blah, blah, what you think. And what I'm going to tell you is scrap that. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because that's what I care more about than Games Workshop. But, like I said, this is a little... No, it's just doing it like a replay for some reason. Yeah, it's definitely over. Where should we stop on? Let's stop on this, because this is the front cover of the book. So, as far as I'm aware, we haven't got a release date for 3rd edition. Again, I didn't watch the preview, so maybe they gave a date there, but they are known to be wrong on those previews. When I said that there was a vampire ogre coming in Radakar, and turns out he's not an ogre, which was very disappointing to find out. But, so, I hope you enjoy this video. It's a little bit different than my normal ones when I cover the news, because, well, not news, but when I cover like these big previews, I've watched the preview, so I know what I'm going to cover in this, and this was like, I had no idea. Absolutely no idea what I was going to cover in this. Apart from it was going to be 3rd edition. I didn't even know it was going to be Stormcast. Like, I maybe presumed, but like didn't know for sure. They haven't shown us loads of stuff, but I think they've given us quite a few teasers. And I'm glad there's like obviously a 3rd edition of Age of Sigmar coming. More ways to, as they said, you're going to look at your armies in a whole new different light. Hopefully that means there's going to be some good point changes in 3rd edition and everything else. But I do kind of look at this, like 2nd edition was pretty good, and then they just want to sell you a new core rule book and then everything else to go along with it. But I get it, that's the game, so there's no point over complaining and stuff about it. But no, I think it's cool. I think I've heard like a few people so I've looked at my Discord, but I haven't I didn't know what they were all talking about, but I've heard some people like on the Age of Sigmar Discord and stuff saying that they would like they would have liked more content and stuff revealed today. I think we've got shown a nice thing, 3 new models. This lady, already forgotten her name, the new Liberators and the new Retributors. That's not their names either, but you understand what I mean. And then we got shown like a teaser of like a new evil emerges, and then we've got the interview. So I'm happy with this. I think it's nice. We're not overloaded information. We've got so much stuff coming out anyway, and can't afford to buy any of it. So I'm not really too bothered, but I think this is nice. And yeah, a nice reveal. And like, I'm glad it was Age of Sigmar, not 40k, obviously. I mean, would have meant I wouldn't have to have made this video, but it's always nice if it's the thing I care about. But with that, guys, like I say, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you absolutely smash the shit out of that like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification. Those 3 buttons, what do? By liking the video, it shows to me that you enjoy this sort of content, and it means more likely chance that I'm going to make it in the future. Also helps the channel out on YouTube by YouTube seeing, a lot of people are liking this video, and they're going to try and help out by maybe suggesting it to people to watch. That's always great if they do. By subscribing to the channel, that's at the end of the day how the channel grows, and by pressing the bell notification means that you won't miss any of my future videos. If you're liking any of my series at the moment that I'm doing, because I do multiple of them, Why Plays How to Start Armies, long in-depth army series like we're doing Ostrich Bone Reapers at the moment, or like news, because I don't consider my channel a news channel, but I understand at the moment like a quarter of the content at least I put out, probably about a third of the content I put out at the moment is all about news. But that's just because there's been so much stuff to cover, and as I'm very much interested in where Age of Sigmar's going and not just where it is in the moment, I feel like I have to cover it. So that's why I do the news. So yeah, by subscribing, that's how the channel grows, everything else. And like I say, press the bell notification. And the best thing about pressing those buttons, 3 clicks, all next to each other, absolutely free to do so. Massively helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it, because I know a lot of people have been starting doing that lately. It really does make a huge difference. So thank you so much for doing it. Again, if you think you know someone who will enjoy this video as well, make sure you share it with them, because the more people watch the content, the better. And what I do want to do as well is a massive shout out, as always, to my YouTube members and my patrons, who, because of these people, I am able to keep up making this content and my YouTube channel, because like I always say, you know, the money you get from YouTube, Patreon and everything else doesn't nearly cover the time, the cost and the resources you put into doing a YouTube channel. But what these people allow me to do is they allow me to understand that it's all worth time, effort and resources I'm putting in, because these people are supporting me on a personal level, and it really, really does help. And my biggest supporters are going to be my Vampire Lords on Zombie Dragon. So this is going to be Stuart F and Filq, who, like I said, my two biggest supporters. So thank you so much for being Vampire Lords and Zombie Dragons. Really does make a huge difference for the channel. So thank you so much for keeping that up. It really does make a big deal. And then my Morgasts, which is going to be Bleed Red. So thank you so much for keeping up being a Morghast for a long time, because I know you've been doing it for a while. Makes a big difference. And then my Vampires, who are Mir, Martin S, Rouse321, David A, Ronni H, SpareBear, Christopher H, Northdrop, Nathan F, and Stence. So thank you all so much for being vampires. And again, a lot of you have been doing it for a long time, so thank you for your continued support. Really has made a difference. And I do want to say about Stence as well, he is a brand new patron who's a vampire, and I had the pleasure of talking to him the first time yesterday in Discord. So thank you so much for deciding to support the channel in a really big impacting way. You definitely won't regret it, and it really is going to help out. So thank you, Stence. And then my Necromancers, which is going to be Jacq.l, RadiationRiley, AW77, Dice Sagas, WolfNick, Michal W, Quad, Cranky Wombat, Christopher C, Christopher F, James S, Robin S, Steve T, James T, Patrick F, and JJ. Thank you all so much for your continued support. And it wasn't for any of you, I wouldn't be able to keep this up. What I'd like to say, if anyone would like to become one of these wonderful people, click the join button next to the subscribe button. What that will allow you to do is become a member here on Age of Nagash, where you can give anything from £1 a month and go straight towards the channel, keeping us going. Everything else, I say us, keeps me going. Or if you'd like to go to my Patreon, you'll find a link to my Patreon on the top of the description down below, where you can click on it and you can give anything from just $1 a month, and it goes straight towards keeping me going, doing this channel. And if you could do that, would make a huge difference, and honestly, you know, would be really, really, really appreciative. But if you can't do that, no worries at all. But if you did enjoy the video, like I say, if you could just smash the like button, the subscribe button, a bell notification, 3 easy clicks, and it makes a big difference. And you know, like I say, it's free at the end of the day. So if you enjoy the video, least you can do. And then what I was going to say, if you would like to join the discussion, which I can see, like, my phone's like buzzing all the time now because I've got my Discord going off. I found a way to make sure it doesn't beep all the time while I'm doing the video, so that's been useful. If you'd like to join the conversation we've got on the Discord, like I say, go on to the link you'll find in the description, join the Discord, and you can join everyone talking about all the latest reveals for Warhammer Age of Sigmar on there. Certainly a third edition, obviously, creates a lot of talking. And yeah, so with that, guys, like I say, more than anything else, I'm glad you came to checked out this video today. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember, until next time, that I hope you have a great rest of your day. You stay safe, stay hygienic, you wear a mask, and for God's sake, wash your hands. So by the time third edition is out, might actually be able to play Warhammer in real life again. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? And more importantly than all that, because there's been a lot of Stormcast stuff in this, so more importantly, I have to say this, that remember until next time, that Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.